Do you really want to upgrade your melee stats and get a massive strength bonus? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick guide on how to get defenders in Old School RuneScape. For those of you guys that don't know, defenders are an item that you put in your offhand, and it gives you a massive boost to melee stats and also gives you a giant strength bonus. For the requirements, you need 130 levels between attack and strength. So either 65, 65, like you can see here, I'm 65 and 65. You could do 60 attack and 70 defense. However you want to do it, you need to get to 130 combined level between attack and strength. You can also get it from just having 99 attack or 99 strength. However, I don't recommend it because defenders are way too good. You should get them as early as possible, and they're just an absolutely amazing thing to have. So highly recommend doing this as soon as you can. The other requirement that you need is a full set of armor. I'm going to show you up on screen what the armor types are. So you can use adamant armor, black armor, bronze armor, iron armor, myth armor, rune armor, and steel armor. As you go up the tiers, the level of the animated armor will get stronger, and all this will make a little bit more sense here in about a minute or two. But just know that you get tokens that you need in order to get into the defender room to kill the Cyclopses. The higher your armor, the more tokens you get. So it's really trying to find that sweet spot of what level of armor do I want to kill, because the higher armor you kill, the more tokens you get, but also the longer it might take and the higher the level the armor is. So you want to find the sweet spot of like, okay, I want to at least kill black armor because it gives me 20 tokens and it's also only level 69. So it's like nothing insane. Like rune armor would be 138 level, but it gives me 40 tokens. So there's kind of a trade-off there. You just need to figure out what's best for you. The one thing I will say is you need to try to at least do black armor and above. You can get all the black armor you need from the Varrock plate shop as well as the Champions Guild. You can buy a full set. When I say full armor, you need a full helm, plate legs, and a plate body. Those are the only things that work. So keep that in mind when you're taking a look at this list and what you can get. Again, black armor is highly recommended. If you have anything lower than black armor, there will be a chance that a piece of your armor will crumble. And I found that out the hard way because I completely forgot about this, even though this is like the 5th time I've done this. If you go below that, make sure you bring a few different sets of armor. Now, like I said, defenders are absolutely insane. Take a look at this. So here's the chart of all the defenders that exist. This is from the wiki. Your dragon defender, this is why it's super, super important. Hopefully you already have a high enough level to wield a defender that is dragon. It does require 60 defense to equip, so keep that in mind. All these go off of the metal tier, and that will be the defense you need. So this actually runs off your defense stats, even though it gives you massive melee bonuses. It also gives you defensive bonuses as well. But take a look at this. Bronze defender, it doesn't give you as much. However, when you get to dragon, it gives you 25 stab bonus, 24 slash bonus, and 23 crush bonus. And it also gives you the same stats in defense. It also gives you a +6 strength bonus in melee. You can also trim these as well. There's also an Avernic Defender that you can get the hilt from the Theater of Blood. You can actually combine that with the Dragon Defender and it will give you upgraded stats, as you see. There's also 2 more upgrades that you can do. Those require the combat achievements to be complete up to a certain point threshold. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, combat achievements tend to fluctuate like Grandmaster stuff, so I don't know if this is going to change in the future. Currently, you need 1,804 combat achievement points in order to get the Avernic Defender 5, and Avernic Defender 6 is even more than that. So again, those could change in the future, but just a heads up, that's what you're looking at. But just a reminder that all of these defenders go off of your defense level, and at 60, you can wear the Dragon Defender. At 40, you can wear the Rune Defender. All right, so let's kick off with the location that you need to get to. You need to get to the Warriors Guild, which is right here in Berthorpe. A couple ways to get here. You can use a games necklace and go to the Berthorpe Games Room. You can also use the minigame teleport, which is what a lot of folks use early game to get here. You just need to go over here to the grouping, go to Berthorpe Games Room and click teleport, and that will take you right to this room. You can also teleport to Falador and run northwest, kind of through the gate area, and then up here. Those are the easiest ways to get here. Early game, when you guys are probably doing this, you can also use a combat bracelet as well. If you're here and you're not level 130 combined with attack and strength, this dude will tell you that you're stupid and can't go in. So keep that in mind. Again, you need 130. Once you're in here, you can go ahead and run in. The only things that you need in your inventory is food and the armor set. You don't need all this other stuff I have. I was just doing other things. Personally, I'm going to be using black armor because it's kind of that nice threshold for the level I'm at, where it's not too strong, but I also still get tokens out of it. And also, again, black armor is the lowest armor it can be, where it doesn't crumble and you don't lose pieces. Now, once you're here, go ahead and walk through this door, and all you need to do is click on this magical animator. It will animate the armor, and then he will come and attack you. That's literally all you got to do. If you want to make it faster, you could click on him once he gets reanimated. It's really up to however you want to do it. There's really not much to it. You can use prayer pots if you want. I don't recommend that. Just use food. The bank is literally right here. There's a bank right here. All you got to do is run out of the door, run to the bank, refill up on food, and run back. That's it. So once you kill them, what's going to happen is they're going to drop the entire armor set on the ground again, unless it crumbles and you're using something less than black armor. Go ahead and pick it up. You'll get your tokens and the armor. You're going to need at least 100 tokens to enter the top floor, which is how you get from bronze to rune. That's how you get those defenders. Tokens deplete on a time basis. So for every minute, 10 tokens are going to be depleted out of your inventory. So when you're killing these animated armors, if you have the easy combat achievements done, you're going to double the tokens that you get. So for example, I'm getting 20 right now. So instead of 20, I would get 40. And if you have the medium combat achievements done, instead of 20, you're going to get 60 because it's going to triple it. Really awesome way to get that. I, however, am too lazy to do that. So we're just hammering out a couple defense levels here anyway and getting our tokens. On average, it's going to cost you 2,000 tokens in order to get your defender. It could be way more than that. It could be way less than that. Personally, on my other Iron Man, it went super fast. I've had another Iron Man where I went over drop rate. So it really just depends on how lucky you get. So once you have enough tokens, remember you need at least 100 tokens in your inventory in order to get to the upper level. You'll need to run to the staircase over here on the west side. You'll need to go up the staircase twice. Once you're up here, you're going to need to talk to Camfrina and go through some dialogue. Be like, hey, why are you up here? She's going to release the Cyclopses. This is where we're going to get one. Every single time you get a defender, you're going to have to leave the room and show it to her so you can unlock the next tier defender. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and kill the Cyclops. If we get a defender, great. If not, it is what it is. You can use your protect from melee up here. You can use whatever food you want. You can use attack potions, defense potions, whatever you want to use up here to make this quicker. Go ahead, feel free to use. I'm just showing you this in a guide without using any of those, but you can go ahead and use those as you want. So I would feel bad if I didn't add this in the guide. There's a few level 56s around here, even though that it says 76 on the wiki. I forgot there's a few level 56 around here. If you go to the north side of the building when you're on the 3rd floor, there's like 3 level 56s over here. There's one here, there's one here, and they're kind of scattered all throughout. But if you go to this north side above the door, like just north of the door, you'll find a bunch of level 56s. So there's one here, there's one there, and there's one I killed that just respawned. Honestly, if you're a lower level, highly recommend just killing those instead of the 76s. But yeah, I would have felt bad if I didn't add that in the video. All right, so if you get a defender drop, which I didn't, I got a steel longsword. You could also, I guess, bring alcohols out here if you wanted. You're going to have to come out of the door, and then you're going to have to show the defender. So you're going to have to use the defender on Camfrina, and she's going to be like, oh my God, great. You did such a great job. I'm going to release more Cyclopses, and that will give you the ability to get the next defender. As far as I'm aware, you have to have the defender at least banked or on you to get the next defender. It doesn't have to be on you, but it has to at least be banked. You have to have access and be in possession of that defender in some way, shape, or form to get the next defender. Once you get to rune, you can show her the rune defender, and then you're going to go to the next step, which is for the dragon defender. For the dragon defender, you have to go downstairs. So go ahead, climb down that set of stairs, climb down this set of stairs, and then climb down the trapdoor. Again, I just want to reiterate that every single time you get a new defender, you have to show her the new defender. Otherwise, you will not get the upgraded defender. Like, they won't drop the next defender. So again, go down this ladder right here in the back of the Warriors Guild, and you will need to talk to Lorelei. And when you talk to Lorelei, she's gonna be like, oh my God, you have a rune defender. You may have to show her the rune defender. And then after that, you can go in and kill these Cyclopses. These Cyclopses will drop the dragon defender. Now the drop rate on these for the upper ones, bronze through rune, and the upper level, those are a 1 in 50 drop chance that you're going to get your defender. These higher cyclopses downstairs are a 1 in 100 chance that you're going to get your dragon defender. Once you get your dragon defender, you can get as many dragon defenders as you want. You could just literally show it to Lorelei and she'll be like, great, you can go get more defenders. That's literally all there is to it. That is the entire process. Remember, your tokens get depleted at 10 every minute, so keep in mind of that. The quicker you kill them, the less tokens you need and the better off you'll be. Defenders, highly worth it. One of the best items in the game for your offhand melee and strength bonuses, and I highly recommend getting them. That said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, leave a like for the algorithm. Channel memberships are live. If you want to support the channel, click the join button down below or the link in the description. You'll get access to all of my videos as soon as I release them. Normally I schedule them in advance, but members get all my videos early, literally as soon as I click upload. That said, again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.